the support from husbands. I know a lot of women like, well, what about, you know, when I first got started, first thing I said, actually I asked Titi, I was like, well, this is a women's company, you know, this isn't for guys. And she had a great response, you know, as far as what, you know, as soon as she said it, it was like, you know, it was really good. But
what did I tell you? Because they might want to know, to tell the men who say, isn't it just for women?
yeah, isn't this just for women? Well, how great would it be to work in a company that has, you know, tons of women and you can make lots of money? You know, that was one of them. But there was a few other things she said. I don't even remember, but it made total sense. So as far as the husband support, you know, we've been in the industry for a while, off and on. And for her to be able to work with Tiffany was awesome. I said, honey, you do it. But here's what I told Kathy. I said, this is all you. I'm not helping you. I'm not doing ItWorks. I have no desire to do ItWorks. This is not a company for me. If I was going to get back into network marketing, it would not be with this company. Those are my words. And that was, you know, 10 months ago. And I completely supported her 100% because I love the industry, love Tiffany to death. And for her to be able to work with Tiffany was awesome. I said, honey, you go. This is all you. I will support you 100% and watch the kids if you need, you know, for parties and stuff. So that was what I did. So then she comes to me after convention. And, you know, and one quick side note, what Tiffany was saying, finding people better than you. My wife, you saw her tonight. She's awesome. She's grown immensely. She's so incredible at this business now. But finding people better than you, she recruited Jen into this business, who's a double diamond and is just taken off. And she comes to me after convention and she shows me her back office. And she shows me how much volume, I don't know if we can say volumes, but she shows me how much volume she has in her team, over 1,000 people and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I'm like, I've been doing network marketing for 13 years, been in 20 companies, and I've never built a team as big as my wife did. And I was just like, what?
Part-time.
Oh, very part-time, stay-at-home mom, our 2 little girls, very part-time. So she gets my attention with that alone. I'm like, your team is how big? Like, what just happened? And this was in 8 months, by the way. Been in ItWorks for 8 months. So then she breaks out the chart. She goes, look, honey, I'm a Ruby after 8 months. And she goes, all you need to do is go Ruby, and I will go Diamond. And I was like, and then she showed me where her check would go. And I was like, damn it. I was like, crap. I was like, all right, let's do this. So our first month was last month. We went Ruby our first month, which I'll show you exactly how we did it. And I made $800 my first month. And I broke a Ruby my first month, a guy that I've known for years also from network marketing in the past. Good friend of mine from the Marine Corps days. And this month, our second month, we're very close to Emerald. And then next month, we'll hit Diamond, and we'll get the good bonus. And when we go Emerald this month, she'll be double.
Woo! Average double makes $6,000 a month.
Yeah, so combine her check with my little Emerald check, not little, but you know what I'm saying, compared to the double check, I don't need a job. You know, so for me, I can't even express in words just to get emotional or whatever what that means for me, because I've been in the industry for so long, made some money, never more than like $1,000 a month. You know, there's 2 companies I was with where I made like $1,000 a month consistently, but it took me 2 years to get to that point. She did it in 8 months part-time. I'm like, what the crap? So, but for me to be in the industry this long and to now finally, you know, we moved out here, we had 2 kids to be with Kathy's family. I'm from Florida, and I get started at the factory, the RV factory is where I work right now. Manual labor. I'm a computer guy. I was in the Marines doing computers. I've been an internet computer guy my whole life. I come out here, I'm like, I need a job. Crap. So he offers me a job at the factory, doing manual labor, building RVs, never worked with power tools, never routed, never done any of this crap. So luckily I'm a good worker, and I didn't get like...
love right now.
Yeah, he's doing love. No, he knows. It's all, he knows who I am, what I'm all about. So luckily I'm a good worker and I can hustle, and they didn't like, you know, stomp all over me. And it was supposed to be temporary, 6 months at this factory. Well, now it's going on 2.5 years. And to be able to now fire my boss and quit my job because of this is just incredible. So it can happen. If your husband is not, on board, that's okay. You're here tonight, that's great. As soon as you show him, like she did me, the results, and he sees money, even if it's $500, $1,000, he'll get interested. He will want to know more. He'll be like, what, you made $500? That's a car payment, or more. Yep. So show him proof that it works, and he will get interested fast. Yep. Promise. Even if it takes 8 months, or even a year, whatever it is. So we got in, we went Ruby, I'll show you how to do it. So that was just kind of a little background of my story, what took place, and something I said I would not do, is do this company, I'm now doing. And I have a team in San Antonio. My first distributor, by the way, was given to me by my wife, Sherry, who's awesome. She's a rock star. She's going for that car bonus because she's got tons of loyals, which is awesome. But San Antonio, my good friend Mark, he went Ruby. I have a team in Australia, which is crazy. A friend of mine from back in the day, he's in San Diego. So we're planning trips to travel all over the country.
And world.
And build this business. And my guy in Australia, we promised him, and TT, when he goes diamond, we're going to Australia.
Nolan already looked at flights.
Sydney, baby.
So, what kind of a dream is it that you can actually do that and not have a job, not have the tied down to a boss, and to be able to get up, like my first day of not having to go to work, I get up at 5 a.m. every day to go to work. She's going to we're going to celebrate or whatever. It's going to be amazing. And to just have that time freedom to make as much as we want is amazing. So any questions on any of that? As far as guys or anything else, just let me know and I'll answer it. But show them the money. All right. So going Ruby. This is you. There's two ways to go Ruby, the slow way or the fast way. Who wants to know the fast way? Right? Exactly. So the structure for Ruby looks like this. You need 3 front-level distributors, and one of those 3, any 3, has to have 2. So those 2 could be under this person, they could be under this person, but it's 5 people. This is what I did. This is what my guy Mark did. We went Ruby our first month. By the way, his first month was $600. So they say, the whole Ruby guarantee thing just ended, and it was you go Ruby your first month, you're guaranteed $600. Well, you're pretty much going to make that anyway, So
it was actually
great.
$570.
Sorry, he made $570.
But he got the guarantee.
But he did get the guarantee, so he's getting the $30 to make it the $600. So $570 his first month. I made $800 my first month as a Ruby. This is what we did. So 3 distributors. Now, in order to actually be qualified, these distributors have to be qualified. To be qualified, to be a qualified leg, you need 400 in volume. Now there's 2 ways to do it. Like I said, the slow way and the fast way. So this person needs 400. Technically, this person doesn't need 400, but they do have to be on auto ship. Technically, I would suggest for everybody to have the 400. When I say 400, I mean, I'll tell you what I mean in a second. Technically, this person doesn't have to be because this volume counts for this person, but as long as this person has their 80 points in volume, it would also count and you'd still go Ruby. Now, the slow way is that this 400 in volume can come from their personal order, so whatever they're ordering themselves counts as volume, which, by the way, the 99 when you join doesn't have volume. That's important to know. So when you get started in your business from $99, there's no volume. But you place an extra order, you buy more stuff, that month that does count towards the 400. Any loyals they get counts towards the 400, and if this person has distributors like this person does, their volume also counts towards the 400. So 3 places the 400 can come from. What we did is we boosted. Boosting is by far the most ingenious thing that this company ever came up with. When Kathy got started, there was no boost. It didn't exist. How are people going Ruby in a day, which is now happening? Boost. You get 5 people, they all boost. You just went Ruby. So when you boost, it's $500. It's worth 400 in volume. This person boosts, this person boosts, this person boosts, this person boosts. Technically only 4 to do it, and you're a Ruby. And of course you need your auto ship as well. And That is the fastest way to go Ruby. That's what we did. That's what Mark did. He went Ruby his first one. I remember my first one. People were doing it like crazy. I mean, we were at boot camp and there was 2 people that went Ruby in their first day. How'd they do it? They did this. 5 people, everybody boosts. So the 2 guys in Australia that boosted, everything you get with that boost pack, I have a video where I like show everything, but it's all online. It's worth, if you retail all of the wraps, $900. So they got their boost. They sold all the wraps, plus some, and they did that. One guy did it in his first month, the other guy did it in his first week, and made over $1,000 just from selling. I mean, it costs $500. So the way I explain this is that anyone who is in this business, or do you want to make money fast or slow?
Right.
Fast. And do you want to make a lot of money or a little bit of money? A lot. So what do you need to do? You need product. And this is a perfect point. Before I was all in, okay, my wife, she's telling me, honey, and you know, of course, husbands and wives, sometimes there's arguments, of course. So she's like, honey, we need more product. I'm like, no, we don't. I'm like, we're good. I'm like, go sell the wraps you have, and then you can buy more. So 99% of the time, she wears the pants in the family. Once in a while, I put my foot down, and I'm like, you know, doesn't happen very often. But, so, she, so.
You really think you got 1%?
1%! So, she does it. She parties, she sells her wraps, and she goes and buys more. And she does it again the next month and the next month. And she's telling me how this is hurting her business. I'm like, you're fine, whatever. Well, it was handicapping her, and I didn't realize it because she didn't have product. So what she was doing is she's selling her wraps and then has to go buy more, wait a week to get it, sells those wraps, wait another week to get more product. And not only was it just the product, but it was mental. Because mentally, she's slowing down. She doesn't have momentum because she doesn't have product. So just a tip. That's another big reason why you have to boost, because the mental part of it is, I have a lot of product, I'm going to go sell this product. You don't have to worry about having it. So it's an investment. The other part of the mental aspect is, how serious do you take the business? If you spend $100 to run a business, how easy is it to quit when you spend $100?
Easy.
You know, a lot of people say, well, I did that or did this, and I didn't make a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's not that ItWorks doesn't work, because it does. There's people all over the country making tons of money. It's that you didn't work. You didn't stick with it. You quit or you gave up or whatever it is. If you invest $500, how much more committed are you? So mentally, you're going to put a lot more effort into it, and you're going to be much less apt to quit your business that much faster. Plus, you have all this product. You're going to want to go sell. You're going to make money, and then you're going to get even more excited, and your team's just going to blow up. So the last part of boosting is the duplication effect. My team boosts. You know, my team in Australia boosts. When I bring someone in, I tell them what I did, and more than likely they're going to do what I did, which is what? Boost. If your team is doing what you do, and that's boosting, how much faster is your team going to grow? How much more money are you going to make? Exponentially more. If you don't boost, there's a good chance your team won't boost. So when we got in, the first thing I did, I boosted. And it's, I mean, look, we're just getting started, and I'm just so excited about the business. It's crazy. I love TT. She's been a huge part of our success. And my wife is a rock star. I don't know what else to say. So that's kind of my background, going Ruby, the importance of boosting.
Nashville. What about Nashville? The importance of going to Nashville.
The importance of events. I heard this a long time ago, and it's so true that not everyone that goes to an event is going to be guaranteed success. Not everyone that goes to an event is going to be successful, right? But the people that are having success, all of them, they all go to events.
Yep.
So wouldn't you rather success leaves clues, right? Do what the successful people do, events. What changed our business was the events. Kathy went to convention. Did we have a lot of extra money? No. And to get even a little personal, for 5 years we've been married, it's been a struggle. Just like a lot of people, a lot of Americans, paycheck to paycheck. That's how it is. You know, I have two and a half jobs. That's not a lie. You know, got it down to 1. Now it's going to be 0. But it's been a financial struggle. And so going to convention and all this stuff, I mean, it's no joke that there was at least 1 or 2 months where we wouldn't have been able to pay rent on time if it wasn't for ItWorks. That's a true story during these last 8 months. And now it's like, boom, changed our whole life. But the commitment level you have, talk about commitment for boosting, take it to another level for the events. You have to buy a plane ticket. She goes to convention. There's ticket, there's hotel, there's all this stuff. And she said, I have to go to convention. And I probably would have found an excuse why not to go or whatever, but she just did it. So when she bought the ticket, I was like, okay, I guess she's going. You know? So she found a way. Like, she bought the ticket months ahead of time, so you had time to plan. The next convention only happens once a year. Plan for it now. But as far as the local event, like boot camp, I went to boot camp in South Bend. It changed things for me too, because when you see other people having success and you hear all the people, it's just incredible. I mean, seeing, what was it, 10 presidentials on stage, and I'm like, if these presidentials are making this much money, I can do that, you know. But it's just the commitment that you take, and going to Nashville can change your business. So if you're right now, if you're even hesitating a little bit, or should I go, should I not go, even if you don't think you can go, find a way. Because if you do, imagine what your business will look like in 6 months if you don't. Imagine what it could look like in 6 months if you do. 2 forks, 2 paths in that fork. It's up to you to decide which one you want to take to see where it's going to lead. And with that, I'll say that I had an opportunity to go to Vegas this coming up weekend. And I was so excited, and there's an event happening out there where there's going to be thousands of networkers I'm going to be networking with. And I was like, well, there's no way I can go because she's going to be in Florida. And I started telling, what's that?
I was going to go to the same one.
You were? No excuses. Wow.
The summer, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm talking like the top networkers in the country are going to be there teaching. I'm going to learn just incredible information. Plus, the most valuable part is the people I'm going to meet, you know, that are going to be there. And so I come home and tell all of this to her, and I'm like, but I can't go because it's Florida. She's going to be at Diamond Days, already booked and everything and all this stuff. And after I get done, she's like, honey, you have to go. And I was like, what? Like, that was like the opposite of what I thought she was going to say. So because I was making excuses why I couldn't go to this event in Vegas,
The No Excuses Summit.
which is called the No Excuses Summit, which happens once a year. It's now the 3rd year running. And my wife, of all people, tells me I have to go. I'm like, crap. You know, it's like, ooh, so we figured it out. And we've never left our kids alone for 3 days, of course, with, you know, family and stuff like that. But it was a process. Babysitters, you know, plane ticket and all this stuff we had to do to make it work. So, no excuses, make it work, find a way, and if you do, you will be blown away. I mean, think about where you want to be in just 1 year. You can get that if you don't make excuses and you make the commitment to build this business. You could be diamond, double diamond in the next 12 months. So,
Right on.
Tiffany?